Hi, this is Allison Profit, co-host and founder of the Soulful Entrepreneur Summit, which is happening February 27th to the 29th, 2024. Today, I'm very excited to be joined by Marilyn Lamer for her Summit Speaker Spotlight interview so that you can get to know her a little bit better. Marilyn's going to be joining us as a panelist at the event. Let's dive in and get to know her a little better. Marilyn, I'd love for you to introduce yourself and tell us about the work that you do.
Yes, thank you so much, Allison. Aloha, everyone. I'm Marilyn Lamer from Honolulu, Hawaii. And something that I have been passionate about for the past 4.5 years is helping to encourage action takers to see what's possible when they dream big in an abundant world. So the way that we met, Allison, was just perfect timing. We worked together, we were able to collaborate, and then just being able to see our strengths and fill in the strengths that we needed to help each other at that time. So I'm just super thankful for you. I have been a lifelong learner for the past 4.5 years and looking forward to learning more, especially at the summit.
Perfect. Marilyn, what does it mean to you to be a soulful entrepreneur?
Being a soulful entrepreneur is doing the thing that you love and knowing that it aligns with who you are as a being. And when you are doing what you love and it aligns, it doesn't even feel like work at all. So when you're pouring out your heart and loving on people and listening to people, being present, those kind of things is something that we just naturally go into and we're able to just help other people. And I think that's what we're here for on this earth, to help the people who we once were.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that I really loved about the work that we did together, you had a lot of just personal reasons for why you were doing the work that you were doing in your business at that time. I know you're a little bit in transition, but we talked about what it is that you wanted to release at that time. And release is the theme of the summit. And that's like a heavy topic. So, one of the things that I'm passionate about is really bringing joy and fun into everything we do. And so part of what we do in the summit is we integrate music into it by asking all of our contributors what their go-to song is. So Marilyn, I'd love for you to share what's your go-to song and why is it your go-to song?
My go-to song I have been listening to since it has been on cassette tape, and it is Whitney Houston's One Moment in Time. And it's such a powerful song because we are our own beings and we are so powerful beings. We can create the life that we would desire, the life that we would love. And that's something that I really took in working with you, Allison, because it was like, okay, there's all these different emotions and all these different frequencies. And I could switch the emotion that I was feeling to get out of a lower frequency or vibration and be in a higher one. And that I still have your chart that you gave me all over my walls, all over different rooms in my home. So I'm just so thankful for you.
Yeah, she's referring to the Energy Leadership Index, which is one of my most favorite tools. If you're curious about it, please reach out to me. So, one of the things that we do with these speaker songs is we play them all throughout the summit. So it's a part of our just the vibe and the energy and the environment that we create in the virtual summit. But we want you as an attendee to be able to get energized by our speakers' go-to songs as well. So we've created a playlist that you can listen leading up to the summit, but then also after the summit so that you can tap into that energy. The link to the playlist will be in the video description below, so be sure to check that out. So, Marilyn, the work that you were doing previously in your business was really related to health and wellness and vitality, which I know is a topic that my summit co-host finds to be he's very passionate about that work as well. So, what I'd be curious to know is in the stage that you're at right now, what is it that you're releasing in terms of how you're bringing your passion around that into the work? And I know there's some things that you can say and things that you can't say just based on that transition. But what is it that you feel like you're releasing, and how do you plan on sharing a little bit more about that during our panel discussion at the summit?
Last year was a tough year as far as grieving. I was grieving a couple of relationships, and one was my business coach, who I told you about, passed away suddenly, very suddenly, and we had no idea. And that I really took hard. And realizing that harmonic frequencies is so important and actually helps us to heal, not only heal our bodies, it helps to heal our organs. And as I learned more about this and just align myself with Barb Pidcock, who has been an amazing mentor, I'm just like, okay, well, this is something harmonic frequencies meets nutrition and just uplifting all of that. It's been beautiful. It's helped me to get out of my funk that I was in last year. And I didn't even realize it until I started feeling good. I started feeling better, getting out of bed every day, feeling like I have purpose. And I was like, wow, this is what it feels like to feel good. Mhm.
Yeah, I love that so much. Well, I'm excited to dive in and hear a little bit more about that, and also to have you just share about just some of the things that you've had to release across the pathway of your entrepreneurial journey. It can be hard to change directions. And I think it's just really beautiful that you're honoring that part of your journey and being open enough to talk about it. We're going to move into our rapid fire round of questions. Marilyn is not aware of these questions. So are you ready to jump in?
Absolutely.
Are you an early riser or a night owl?
I am an early riser.
Beach or mountains?
Oh, beach. I'm from Hawaii, so
I
beach.
mean, I feel like there's mountains in Hawaii, sort of, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's an island, but maybe not like Colorado mountains. What is the funnest memory you have from 2023?
Oh my gosh. One of the funnest memories I had was climbing a 40-foot pole, and I am afraid of heights. I am 4'9", so this is a very tall feat for me. And it was like a electric pole. So I'm climbing this pole, and on each rung, it felt like it was farther and farther from the next one. However, the way that I was able to get to the top of this pole is every rung that I went on and I grabbed for and I reached for, I said my affirmations. I set a goal that I wanted to achieve. And it was like overcoming that fear, even though I was so afraid being 40 feet high. It was so empowering because at the end, I jumped off this pole and I was like, I did it. And I didn't die. And it was scary and I didn't die. And we can really take that into also all these different goals that we have in our lives. Like, what is blocking us? And how can we just know that the action that we are going to take isn't as scary as we thought it was going to be?
I love that so much. I am a rock climber. So when people talk about how scary it is to be up high, I'm like, oh, rock climbing is something that would frighten a lot of people. So that sounds super cool. What is the biggest takeaway that you have from 2023?
One of the biggest takeaways is that I created my life. I create my reality. And if I take responsibility for myself, then I get to be the one who writes my story.
Beautiful. Well, Marilyn, it was super nice chatting with you and giving people a little behind the scenes look into who you are. If you're watching or listening, we would love to personally invite you to join us at the 2024 Soulful Entrepreneur Summit. You can get more details and grab your ticket at getsoulfulsuccess.com. The link will be in the video description below. We cannot wait to see everyone at the end of February. Thank you again so much, Marilyn.
Mahalo, Allison. We look forward to seeing you at the summit.